One of the things with creating content about playing the short term, playing the long term, is that it's really hard to wrap your head around the benefits of thinking long term. So let me talk you through a little process here. So with content, it can be challenging in terms of the default of what am I going to publish today? What am I going to write about today? What am I going to do a video on today? And then trying to publish today or even tomorrow. When you increase that time horizon, one of the things you can do that's really helpful is you can kind of work around the challenge of if you're frustrated about something, you want to go on a rant about something. I found that people like to go on rants in the short term, but they kind of regret it in the long term. So what you can do is by committing to a long-term process is you can continue to make videos and schedule them out further in advance. So I would say minimum 1 week, if not 2-3 weeks, or even a month later. And by doing that, you can have your videos scheduled to publish on YouTube. And if you end up leaving them and they publish, okay, cool. You decided that you're okay with it. But by recording the content today, even if you feel like it's a rant, even if you feel like maybe you're maybe being a little immature about something, or you feel like you're complaining and it's a you problem, I find that with content to get yourself going and moving for the long term, you have to get it out on the canvas to something or someone. This is actually a big reason why a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, and business operators have an advisor, have a consultant, have a mentor that they can talk to about the things they feel like they can't talk to anyone else about. So a lot of times these rants are really well suited for that type of arrangement. But if you don't have an advisor, you don't have a consultant, you don't have a mentor that you can be 100% honest to and share the things that you're like, I'm not really sure if this, if I'm totally willing to take ownership of saying this publicly type of thing. This process here, at least record the content. Have it be private on YouTube and schedule it out for far down the line. Because in the time leading up, you do this enough times, you have a bunch of videos leading up, in the future, you'll know whether you're fine releasing it when you get closer to that date. And if you're not, okay, cool, cancel the schedule. But if you go with it, then let it ride, let it go. Let it publish. So this video, I was kind of talking fast through this video, kind of trying to provide as much value as I can. But this process I find to be really, really useful. As I've talked about in earlier pieces of content, is that when you're running a business, talking is usually the opposite of doing. But when you're doing content, it's actually the flip. It's the reverse. Because if you're thinking, if you're not talking, doing content, you're not doing. So I want you to get talking as early and often as possible. And you can always course correct. You can always adjust your message and kind of start to sit in to that voice that empowers you to keep creating the content in the first place. My name is Ranting. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll be talking with you in the next one.